Hey, it's Logan Christopher from Lost Empire Herbs, and in this video I want to talk about one of our newer herbs, Albizia. For those of you not familiar with this is one of the top Shen herbs in Chinese medicine. It is known as the Tree of Happiness. Now, why does it earn that name? Because really, if you're not familiar with Shen, which is loosely translated as spirit in the West, this is something that's going to have mental effects, neurological effects in your body. So it's called the Tree of Happiness because it helps you to be more happy. So people that have issues with anxious thinking or depressed thinking, this may be an herb that you want to try. If you head on over to our website or you're viewing this video here, then you'll be able to see some of the science around it there, how it works with different receptor sites in the brain, some of the components like the jubilicides that are inside, and you can find out how this works. And one thing that's really cool is that it kind of works opposite of the way that caffeine works on some of those receptor sites. Talking about the Shen effects, what I really like, because this is both a bark and a flower extract, what they say is that the bark helps anchor the spirit, while the flowers help lighten it. So this helps you to be both grounded as well as just more happy in general. So it's a really cool herb, and I highly recommend that you give it a shot. So let's move on to how to take this herb. The dosage is really variable. You can take a little bit, our minimum recommended dosage is about 2 teaspoons a day, and you can go up to 2.5, 3 tablespoons per day. So really variable, and of course depending on that, that's how long a bag may last you, just a short amount of time or a longer amount of time. So really variable, and that's if you're just kind of want like maintenance effects, just something that keep you going long, you can take this long term at that 2 teaspoons, do that once or twice a day. And if you're really looking for major effects, like you're having some issues and you really want help with this stuff, then you'll want to amp it up to one of those larger doses. And of course you can go higher or lower, find out what works for you. The taste is pretty unique. It definitely has some bitterness as well as sweetness to it, but it's also kind of pungent. It has this sharp flavor, which is really interesting. I personally like the flavor of this. I don't find it too bad, but some people might find that this is a really strong tasting herb for them. So I'm just going to take a little bit right now because I'll be taking it in a couple different ways. Easy way to take this, like any of our other herbs, is you can simply throw the powder in your mouth and wash it down with the liquid. Obviously this works much better if you're taking less than a teaspoon like I am here versus trying to do this with 2 tablespoons at once. Simple way to take it. You can also mix this into things like smoothies like this one here that I made earlier today, and into teas as well. I have some of our gynostemma tea brewing right here. So just going to remove this and then add in some of the Albizia. And of course, anytime you have a hot liquid, the powders are going to mix a little better into that. Sometimes they clump up. This one dissolves pretty well, especially in the hot water here. Just a little bit of stirring, and you can drink your tea like this. Go about your day. This is a good one to have in there. If you do just a little bit, then the flavor's not going to be too overpowering. With what I added here, all I'm tasting is pretty much the Albizia with a little afternote of the gynostemma. But like I said, I don't mind the taste of this, so I find it quite nice. And with something that has the Shen effects, or as we'd say in the West, more of the nervine relaxing effects, you're going to be able to likely notice this in your body right now. Just from taking a few sips here into that powder, I can notice my body's a little bit more calm. My mind is a little bit calmer. My voice probably slowed down just a little bit, even though I normally talk quite fast, and probably am still talking pretty fast by most people's standards. So that's a little bit about our Albizia. Since, you know, who doesn't want to be happy? I would definitely say give this herb a try, see if you can add it into your mix. I'm stoked about it because we don't have a whole lot of the Shen herbs in our line. We're looking on expanding that, and this is a beautiful addition to what we have. So head on over to lostempireherbs.com. You can read more about Albizia, see reviews about it, some of the science, all sorts of things, and of course pick up a bag or a few of them, as well as many of our other herbs that we have available there.